you have two defensive tackles that are not playing for the Vikings that came in last year under the big contracts, came in last year, and they were failures that didn't live up to their money, and now they're playing for the Bengals. Jonathan Allen's playing for the Bengals. Javon Hargrave's playing for the Packers. The Vikings are paying more in dead money to those guys than those teams are paying to them to play for them. So a lot of mistakes, a lot of money spent, and Rob led off with saying there was no code red. Like basically, when the questioning was, why didn't you find money to do this? And he went on to say that it's not like the ownership wouldn't pay money to do it. He just went back to that pie, that salary cap pie, and giving Grenard this money was not going to fit in that pie that they said. So That's the answer. I don't like it. Fans don't like it, but that was the answer.
All right, let me try to make something out of it. Lemons out of lemonade. So you'll probably poo-poo this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How about the other side of the coin? I mean, 4 years. I mean, you kind of intimated it's not just 4 years. It's not just this year, 25 million and next. It's 4 years. So that affects those things down the road. But you wrote a story a while back. It's been eating at my cortex, cerebral cortex, since I read it. And that's how the Vikings have so very few starters, even way back from the draft, way back from the Zimmer Spielman area. So they were quiet in free agency, but because they had to be. But this trade gives them 2 third-rounders instead of a Grenard and a 7th, paying an older guy who's getting old. He's not old; he's only 28, but he only played 12 games last year, starting 10, and he only had 3 sacks last year. Could you say the Vikings are getting younger through the draft with this trade and easing the salary?
Yeah. I mean, you could say that, but that's not why they did this. They did this to just salvage, whatever they could. They wanted the player. This is a financial move. In a perfect world, they would have prayed that Jonathan Grenard would just play for $19 million and everyone would be happy. But this was not made to acquire picks. This was not made to get younger, because he's still, 28 years old. This was just made because, crap, we got to do this because, he's going to hold in, hold out. They're going to be dealing with all that stuff. And, part of me, and when we get another shot at Rob, I'm going to ask you obviously were convinced that he was not going to play for you. And, that it sort of goes against, of course, Danielle Hunter was a similar situation where Danielle would never hold out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, that was clearly a situation. They got the best they could. To me, it's not enough. But what can you do whenever your hand's been forced? And I guess in that situation, maybe 2/3. Whenever they got the gun to you. It's the best they could do.
Seemed like the writing was on the wall for a while, so I guess I have to give them that. That's the best they could do.